What's up, everyone? Look at this house that my client just bought to flip. It's right behind it is this river, Musconetcong River. If you know where that is in New Jersey, this is in Byram. Walking in right now. This door's heavy, but as you can see, it's going to be a pretty big project. Got it for probably about $200,000 under market value. Surprised that works. And been working on this on getting this deal closed for probably since July. So it's November, mid-November. Was that 4 months? 4 months. Real estate. This is kind of like the speech that I'm trying to go on right now. Real estate is a long-term game. If you're trying to break into the real estate industry and you don't have patience, and you don't have the ability to follow up, you don't have the ability to turn away short-term gratification and all these different things for long-term success, whatever. If you don't have that mindset, number one, you're gonna be screwed financially. You're not gonna be able to make money because it is a long-term game. I've been in the business for about 1.5 years, and I'm like just barely, finally, not even really seeing any return. And I'm like still working, obviously. I'm still growing, still trying to get better, but it's a long-term game. And if you don't have that kind of ability to understand that, then you're in a difficult situation. You want to be able to take your time and acknowledge that life's going to be hard. And life as a realtor is very stressful. There's a bunch of things being thrown at you. You're gonna have to just put out a bunch of fires and take that and run with it. And know that the long-term game is how you're gonna do it. And when you keep stacking those wins and stacking those days of you working really hard and trying to shoot for a long-term goal, then you're gonna be more successful. And you're gonna have deals that close weekly and hopefully at like some point daily, right? And by doing that, the only way you can do that is to be on it every single day. And every single day you're following up. Every single day you're doing something to accomplish your goals. So that's a task that I'm trying to set, where I heard Patrick Bet-David talk about this. And he said, every single week I would try to set 200 appointments or make 200 calls and set 20 appointments. And if he did that, it would be considered a good week. And he wasn't able to call it a finished work week until he did that. So he said he would work Sundays, he'd work Saturdays, he'd work all these days. And that's something I think I'm lacking on. I'm very all over the place with a lot of my stuff. Some days I make 50 phone calls. Some days I make none. So being very on the ball with your numbers and knowing the conversion rates and knowing all this sort of stuff. And that way, in a business where you don't really have a consistent pipeline, you don't really have a consistent paycheck, that way you're able to look at the numbers, look at the amount of effort you're putting into it and breaking it down and saying, I make this much money because I did this much work, and hoping that follows suit, right? It's at the end of the day, it is sales. Things fall apart, had a bunch of things fall apart, but you just got to do what you got to do in order to make it work. So hopefully that helped. Anyone that's looking in to get into real estate, know that it's hard, know that it's going to be a journey, but if you put in the work, you'll be rewarded for it. So let me know if you have any more questions, and I'd be happy to help out.